language is service. So when he cooks or do that, clean, I go, oh, honey, thank you for washing the dish.
So many times you think that the touch can only happen during the sexual act and the union between that husband and wife. But the touch could be in the small thing, many boxes. But you never know what's inside until you do what?
Open it.
Open it. All right, and then hold up this, and you'll see that there are other boxes are inside. And men, we need to be romantic. Keep it real.
Hello, I'm Angelique Bartholomew, and you are watching Keep It Real. I am your host today, along with Dr. K. I am his co-host, in fact, but we have a very special show outlined for you, focusing on women in business, and our topic for today is women in global business technology, and we have a very special guest. Dr. K, do you want to share who our host is for show episode 57?
Well, it is indeed a great honor and a pleasure to introduce my sister from another mister, none other than Angelique Bartholomew. Put that beautiful picture flyer up there on the screen so everybody can see her. Intuitive Global Consulting, Business Development, Global Project Manager, International Ambassador. There's her call signal, and you definitely want to contact her because she can show you the money.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you so much, Dr. K. And I want to invite you to visit with me for just a moment to talk to our friend Lisa KUNNEY, who has her own business, Connect Her. And Lisa is engaged in a number of different projects throughout the United States as well as internationally. And she's brought on our stage today to talk to us about some of the things that she's been doing on an international level in Ghana. Lisa, you want to introduce yourself to our audience?
Yes. Hello, everybody. My name is Lisa KUNNEY. I'm a business development strategist. I primarily focus on connecting businesses and global investments in the United States and in Ghana. I'm very happy to be here, and
Absolutely.
I'm excited to dive into the topic.
Thank you so much, Lisa. Well, this is Women's History Month, and we've had a series of women joining us from the global markets and industries. Tell us a little bit about how you got started with Connect Her and some of the things that you're actually working on.
Absolutely. So for me, my start, it's very traditional. My culture is very based on community. So I grew up with my family being in government affairs, political events, helping out in the kitchen, planning, organizing. So it's been something that's kind of been a part of me. As I went to college, I do have a minor in public relations, and I've always had a natural love for people. So when I started to get into event strategy and planning and global consultant, it was just my niche, and I just ran with it. And I'm really a Pan-African enthusiast, and I'm really excited to be about the new Africa Reimagined, as well as being a catalyst for African Americans to really reclaim what it looks like to be.
Awesome, awesome.
Your family of origin is from Africa.
Yes.
So tell us how that connection happened. And then it's an interesting story. I think our viewers would like to know how this beautiful species came about.
Absolutely. Oh, the year was 1996. Okay, no. So my father is Liberian and my mother is Ghanaian. So my parents met on a refugee camp in Ghana. And my father actually was in the military, and he sent my mother here during the war. And my mother and me came. We didn't know it was a me until she got here.
Absolutely,
So
absolutely. One of those surprises.
It was a surprise. So again, Liberian community is very rooted in community, as well as Ghana in hospitality. So I come from a family of love and support, so that definitely has an influence in me going into global
All right,
business.
so you came across the water in the womb.
Yes.
And where did you all live? What part of the United States?
We lived in Pennsylvania.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yes.
So you are from up north, huh?
I'm from up north.
Okay, all right.
Awesome. Lisa, tell us a little bit about how you got into global business development and business technology. A lot of the themes that women are faced with today really relate to being able to do business from a networking and IT and technical perspective. Tell us a little bit about how you became interested in that industry and how your business has taken off utilizing technology.
So my first big contract was with the World Expo in Dubai. I had the opportunity of planning out the Ghana Pavilion and the Liberian Pavilion. And what I did was leverage that opportunity. I got media, I got the connections, I started to post about it. And then from then, I got my next big contract with the U.S. Energy Business Summit. And then I was a part of the planning committee and strategy. So I was starting to hear and understand where this Africa development trade conversation is going. And I really used the power of social media to connect with different organizations like Chevron, like Energy Power Capital, like the Chamber of Commerce. And I just took every single event and I really went in there to be impactful, not only to just do an event, but to really understand what is the problem and what is the problem that I can solve. And what would end up happening a lot of the time after the events, it would be, oh, well, we want to do this again, or do you have a connection in Philadelphia or Houston or LA? And then that's really how the consultancy started to be birthed.
We're often caught in markets where conferences and events are assumed to be very simple work. Tell us how logistical and how engaging. You and I worked on the Afri Expo here in Houston together,
Yes.
and we're ramping up to 2.0 for that conference. But tell our audience how engaged planning conferences can truly be and why they need a conference planner or a business development planner like yourself.
So it's about visibility. It doesn't matter how successful you are in this world that we're in. If you're not visible, if people cannot see who you are as a personal brand, it's going to be very difficult to scale because you're competing with very big competition. What conferences do, what social media does, it gives you leverage. It gives you that opportunity to be able to take something small and replicate it and showcase that.
Awesome. Well, those are real valuable points for some of the small businesses. How are you connecting small businesses like Intuitive Global or myself to large enterprise businesses and companies? You actually help small businesses connect to those Fortune 500 companies.
Yes. So I look for a target business matching between the two businesses. So for example, a lot of the businesses in Africa are looking to raise capital with U.S. investors. So I do their market strategy. I see where the gaps are. I get those gaps, and then I come back to my U.S. partners and talk to them about global expansion and see if there's synergies, and then we take it from there.
It's been said that you should take advantage of networking, Lisa. And so it seems that you are a maestro in that area of networking people in Africa who needs capital. Now you talk about tech. So talk about that component of a lot of people don't understand the essence and the importance of networking. So in a technological global market setting, how crucial and how important is networking?
I think networking has always been important. I think what social media has done has highlighted it. I think a lot of people have the impression that they have to be an expert editor and they have to have everything. You don't. Facebook, phone calls, emails. These are all ways that you're keeping the communication lines going. Even a phone call. A lot of my biggest clients came from phone calls, emails, in-person meetings, and just building that connection. But when you have that mindset of, hey, I'm going to this networking event, let me take a picture with Dr. K, follow up and ask him, how can I help? That's how you can start to scale your business.
I was a chaplain in the military, also a minister. I'm a TV personality, radio personality. But this was said to me, what you make happen for someone else, God will make happen for you.
Absolutely.
And so how did you make something happen for someone else, and then now here you have come, like 360 or done a 180 in Connect Her?
Absolutely. I started out giving my gift. From my family to birthdays to weddings to travel to organizations who I knew could use my help, but maybe they couldn't meet my budget. It was about impact. And I think, if we're talking about, God tells us if you have a gift, give it. And I always believe that if you're always helping people, you'll never need help.
Also, so you believe in giving?
I think that's the only way to go. I always tell people when I'm doing business strategy is you should know what you have to offer, and you should offer that to everybody.
Were you intimidated? A lot of women are intimidated, but you made it known that you don't have to be an expert in the area of technology. And we have a lot of women today. They work for tech companies and also Silicon Valley, etc. So there are a lot of young ladies in this Gen A and millennials. I mean, like, they come out of the womb now knowing how to operate the computer. Here I don't even know how to do certain things. So how advanced is technology in your line of business?
Technology is definitely a tool. I think educate yourself. I'm big on delegation. Hire an editor, go on YouTube. A lot of this stuff is free. Ask around if you can get that help. But what I will also say too, you can have the best camera in the world, but if you don't have a good moral character, you won't do good in your business.
Wow, so many people look for charisma over character and core values. That's very important.
Absolutely. I'd like for you to walk us through the process that you use to bring on a small business and share some of the services that you offer that are really critical for small businesses to expand, not only to build their capacity, but to expand into global markets. You mentioned something about your conference in Ghana that you're planning. Tell us a little bit about how small businesses can engage with you and what services you're offering them.
Absolutely. And I have 3 ways that I help small businesses. I do utilize technology. I have a digital online course, which basically shows you how to network. Everything I learned, it's a self-study. That's one way. The second way is I have a Connect Club where I list targeted networking events happening across the U.S. and in Africa in your specific sector. The third way would be a strategy session. And in that strategy session, we go over your personal brand. We identify 3 goals, and I give you a 30-day plan to follow. And we have those measurables. What's in that 30-day plan? We're talking content. We're talking your pitch. We're talking, what are you looking to do? Are you looking for visibility? Are you looking to build more income? I build that out for you, and then we take it from there.
It's been said the 3 B's for business success is believe in your product, and you believe in your product. Brand your business and your product, and build your business on excellence. Network marketing, social media platform, technology, leverage, return on investment, knowing protocol. It's about presence. Presentation is everything, and then the performance. Speak to that.
I don't disagree. I will say this. I think focus on what you can. I think as a new business owner, what I've experienced with a lot of my clients, it can be very overwhelming for a small business owner to get up and running. If all you have is the, network marketing, do that and do it well. If all you have is a presentation and your technology isn't up to par, do that and do it well. And ask for help. Don't be afraid to ask for help.
Awesome. How have you spent time to cultivate specific industries? I know that you've participated in targeted conferences such as AfriExpo and the others. How have you cultivated specific industries that women have not necessarily penetrated or aren't engaged in?
So I have spent the last 10 years of my life focusing on personal development, confidence, public speaking. I think that's the foundation. I think that personal development is huge in business development. I think if you have the knowledge of how to carry yourself, you're confident in what you're saying, you know how to handle rejection, everything else works itself out. On top of being a subject matter expert in your field, I'm also a part of many African diaspora forums. I'm a part of investment forums. I understand what's happening in the grand scheme of things in agriculture, technology, energy, and healthcare, and my network has really helped me a lot with that.
You have a very impressive resume, and we didn't show this at the beginning, so we want the audience to see just a snippet. And,
Lisa's background.
and
Awesome.
just to see what are some of the things that you are an expert in. We're waiting for an engineer to get that up.
And Lisa, while they're pulling that up, you mentioned
There
that
it is, strategist,
Awesome.
connector, global investments, event planner, networking, entrepreneur, innovator. Speak to the entrepreneur. A lot of women, they want to become entrepreneurs and they don't know how. Do you need capital in the beginning, and you talked about something that's very apropos in that you got to believe in yourself.
Yes.
And then also everything about you should be about excellence.
Yes.
Be the best that you can be.
Yes.
Excellence is not something that it's something that you continually do. And I know my middle name is Elliot, but I call myself Keith Excellence Rolle, because if you don't put excellence in it, and before my name goes out, excellence is going to be there. In fact, I did an ebook, and I sent it to men that were on platforms and also some of my friends. And I'm not boasting or bragging, and I'm not trying to sell it. You can't go on Amazon and get to keep it, take a knee. But they said this is of excellence, and it's very professional. A lot of people, they do shoddy things in business. So how can we circumvent that? And I don't, it's just like going to a fast food restaurant. If the place is dirty, I don't want to go back there. And if your business is not of excellence, a lot of people do not want to do business with you. So how can someone elevate and improve and make an impact in business by being the best you?
I think the first step is going to be purpose. You have to love what you do. It has to be something that you are wanting to help people. Yes, it is a business, but if you're going into the business just wanting to make money, people are going to feel that in the transactions and how you talk to people. It needs to be something that you want to solve a problem. That's the first line of thought, as from the entrepreneur stage.
That's what we said last time with Michelle. That you have a question, give an answer, find a need and fill it. And therefore, a lot of businesses are started because there is a demand and whatnot. So when you come to connect her, and you have become so global, you have become so big, and people don't understand small beginning. So look at that camera and tell that woman out there that has a purpose, but they do not know how to take inventory or to discover the gifts and talents that's within them, Lisa, so that they can start that business. And then what do you feel is your brand that, we saw your bio, we saw your resume, very impressive, but what stands out about Lisa that makes me want to say, I want to do business with you?
Such a beautiful question. I will first tell that woman, don't be so selfish. I'm a woman of God. We have a purpose here. It's not about you. You have to get out of your own way. It's about impact and legacy. When you leave this place, what can you say that you've done? So when I started to think like that, it was a huge paradigm shift.
Wow.
I wasn't thinking, is the video, it's not about me. That's what I would tell her.
My
Absolutely.
spiritual father, the late Dr. Miles Monroe, said legacy is living beyond your grave. And therefore we need to also leave legacy, and we need to make deposit. There should be an understudy. I have different men that I'm helping, and I pour myself in them. I give myself away. When I die, I'm going to die empty. And everybody's going to know that Keith Rolle was on this earth. And I'm not intimidated by anybody, and therefore I want to make a difference, and I want to fulfill my purpose in the earth. And we want to commend you for doing that. You radiate confidence. You radiate confidence. And therefore, more women, young girls, may want to be like you. What are you doing to mentor the next generation or the now generation?
Absolutely. I mentor young girls. I'm a facilitator for Little Empower Her. 13 to 17 young girls, we get together in the summer and we just talk about how to be better in education, in health, in finances. What I tell a lot of the young girls is know who you are and really be rooted in your faith. Find some good mentors. I think now more than ever, that was the single-handed thing that has got me to my place is parents, aunties, friends, teachers who poured into me. Grandmothers. I always tell people a mother's prayer. You can't put a price on that.
Amen. Grandma's prayer. Remember that song?
Absolutely.
And therefore my grandmother prayed for me. Thank God for my mother, who's soon to be 88. You all had to take over while I flew to Florida. They gave up on her. But she's still alive, sitting up, doing well. So we want to thank the mothers.
We do.
And we don't pay tribute enough to women. We look at the political leaders, we look at the business leader, but it's that mom and Angelique, that the caregiver,
Absolutely.
the taxi driver, and Bevelyn. She salute all of those. You don't know how a woman got to juggle her schedule, and how she neglects and makes sacrifice. I remember a family growing up. They were so large, and the mother didn't get anything to eat, but yet still she stood over that stove to make sure her many children got something to eat. So we salute the mothers today.
Absolutely. And I think the second part question of why you want to work with Connect Her is because we pride ourselves on genuine, efficient connections.
Connect Her.
Absolutely. And that's one of the things that attracted me to Lisa's business. We've done a couple of projects and things together, but the genuine connectivity is really what establishes the relationship. My role in Intuitive Global is a business development ambassador. And one of the things that stood out to me doing business internationally is a genuine relationship is required. There is often a challenge with international business from the perspective of how business is done, not just from a technical aspect, but even from a policy and etiquette standpoint. So understanding the value of etiquette, the relationships that you're seeking to establish is critical when you're doing business globally. Explain to us how you connected the diaspora, or how you intend to connect the diaspora to those relationships in Ghana as we prepare for your next trip.
Absolutely. So one thing I am an expert in is in cultural competency, not only through Connect Her, but also in public health, understanding the different cultures, the different ways of building relationships. That is something that we go over before the trip. After the trip, we go over both sides. And I like to say it because I was born and raised in America. So even I think of things that if I was going to Africa for the first time, my safety, my logistics, who am I meeting, all of those things are discussed, and it's a safe space so that both parties are happy and comfortable to do business.
And also, when you go to these different nations, there is a culture shock.
Yes.
Even people coming from Africa coming to America, there's a culture shock. And you need to understand culture. Culture plays a great deal. Helen Keller said this: when one door of happiness closes, another open. But we look so long at the closed door that we do not see the one which has been opened for us. Name a closed door that you thought was the end. And also, there are many women are facing this. They feel like I'm up against a closed door.
Absolutely.
And how can that door open so that they can fulfill their purpose and arrive at their destiny?
Yes, I was actually in school to be a registered nurse, and that door did not open, and I pivoted into public health, which led me to public relations, and now I am here. So, man's rejection is God's protection, and I think that the way that happened, it really showed me to change my relationship with how I view rejection.
Okay.
Awesome. Well, one of the things that I think is really valuable for women in business is to understand getting started, and public relations and engagements really play a key role, especially when it comes to networking. So I'm excited to have you share with our audience maybe 3 key points to getting out there and establishing a network.
Yes. Smile at everybody you meet. Simple and free. Smile at everybody you meet. Greet people by their name. And pick one person you can connect with at any event. Do that for 30 days. You'll see results.
Wow.
Awesome.
All right. Well, let's
Awesome.
put up your contact information, and I'm interested in going with you with some of your adventures to Africa. Connect Her, that connects her, KUNNEY. I don't know how you pronounce that on.
Those are all of the social media channels
Okay,
that they
all
can
the
find
social
Lisa.
media.
Yes.
All
those
right.
Are the
Well,
social
you can
media channels that you
take
can
a
find Lisa
snap
Cooney.
with that. Give us a 1-minute message, Lisa, of what you would like to say to that up and coming woman, entrepreneur, world changer, and global leader.
Don't think, why not me? Don't think, why isn't this happening? Think, why not me? Your life can change in 1 second. Keep going. Take small actions towards the big goal, and connect and reach out to help, and you will get there.
Awesome. We have a gift to present
Oh
to you
my
on behalf
goodness.
of Keep It Real, and thank you so
Oh my
much
goodness, thank
for
you guys
joining
so
our
much.
Women
I
in
really
Business
appreciate
show.
this.
And Lady Joy, she's not here. She wanted to be here, and she doesn't like for me to tell business, but you all pray for her. She's not feeling well, and she'll be back because we'll be doing the Easter celebration, and we'll be back on the 24th to do a live. Last time we had close to 2,500 viewers, and this was a great. Also, put up our Keep It Real. We want to thank Angelique for being a sponsor.
Thank you.
And Angelique, you give back. You give a lot. And so we want you to give us a call, 346-697-9473. We can get your brand out, your product. Go to our YouTube every Sunday evening. I want to close with 2 quotes. Today is ours. Let's live it. Love is strong. Let's give it. A song will help. Let's sing it. Peace is dear. Let's bring it. The past is done. Don't rue it. Our work is here. Let's do it. The road is rough. Let's clear it. The future is vast. Don't fear it. The battle is on. Let's fight it. The world is wrong, but we can right it. Is faith asleep? Let's wake it. The day is ours, so let's take it. And Connect Her is doing that. And this is a quote to celebrate all women. It says, it's her. And when it's her, it's all of us. When women innovate, like Lisa and Angelique and Sister Joy, and also Michelle and others, Harriet Tubman, Shirley Chisholm, Michelle Obama, Maya Angelou, you name it, the list goes on and on. Everyone benefits. We have met trailblazers around the world who are working to help women think by leading, mentoring, and reshaping communities, cities, our military, business, and nation. And when it's her, it's all of us. So women, during this Women History Month, I'm just here just as a filler, but we want to thank these women global leaders, entrepreneurs, and ambassadors for making a difference. Look at your camera, Lisa. Look at your camera, Angelique. And on the count of 3, we want to tell all of the women to just keep it real. 1, 2, 3.
Keep it real.